down.
Okay?
No, I'm dead.
No.
I did it for,
First arrows down.
Trevor.
All units.
You did. You
Concentrate
said it
your
right.
fire on
I
number
have to
2.
keep Trevor alive.
David, can you get to a respawn point for her somehow?
Perhaps.
I feel like this isn't the greatest viewer content.
It's
Oh.
great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Our duty is to protect humanity, whatever the cost.
Welcome, Spartans, to Mission Debriefs 20 for 20. We've played every Halo mission, and now we're going to rank the 20 best for the 20th anniversary of the franchise. I'm your host, Colin Perkins, and I'm joined by David Arnold.
Hey, everybody.
And Krista Brown.
10 out of 10 all across the board.
I don't know. We'll find out. The arc was
I
pretty
know.
good.
It's a pretty good one, guys. Trust
This
me.
episode, we're playing The Covenant, which is the 10th mission, speaking of 10, on our list, and it's the 8th mission from Halo 3. Last time we played The Ark from Halo 3. That one was a lot of fun and got a nice high score. For the full list of 20, check out our website, halopodcast.com/20 for 20. While you're there, check out all the cool stuff we have on the website, our other shows, lore pages, articles, merchandise, and more. If you enjoyed the series, let us know your thoughts by commenting on the video, giving us a like, or subscribing to the channel. You can also support the show by visiting Podcast Evolved on Patreon. Let's do The Covenant. Here
do
we
it.
go. All right, The Covenant, here we go.
I'm so excited.
This one has many things happening.
What?
Many things.
How many things?
There
I
are
think
things?
like at least 4.
At least 4 things. My God.
Hmm?
They've
a lot of
really
things.
bumped up the things in Halo 3. That's why it's called Halo 3. There's 3 things.
There's
There's at least.
4 things.
There's
in
at
Halo
least 3 to 4 things.
Oh boy, Hornet time, isn't it?
Yeah, baby.
See, it's
Where are
already a
they?
10 out of 10. It's only been 2 seconds in.
The Green
Hit these
Phantoms
3
too. I forgot
generators,
about
and the
those.
barrier will fall.
Yeah, green
Keep
for
us moving.
friendly, Colin, remember?
That's right, green for go.
Green for murder.
Good
Yes,
enough.
our
Johnson,
boy,
drop
look at
the
our
chip at the first
boy.
generator,
Oh, that's
then
right, we
hit
don't
the
get the
third.
Hornets till later.
The elites will
No.
punch right down the middle.
Roger that.
Flying around, though. They're in the background.
Charlie, Foxtrot. Tower 1 approaches. Active AAA.
Oh man,
The best name in Halo 3.
so good.
Mayday!
And
Final F.
going down.
There we go.
Brace yourselves. We're going in a little hot.
Hey, and we didn't crash the pumpkin either. We're doing really good.
The other one.
Also, guess what?
Oh, I'm
Spark
sorry.
laser.
I
I think this is the first appearance of
It's a
Spark
female.
laser in Halo.
Over. Roger that, Hocus.
Believe
Get
so.
out.
And you are correct, madam.
Just
More,
gives it to you.
more
Just find it.
evidence. My evidence is now.
Yep. That's
It's nice. Ooh.
use.
Nice.
Hey.
Oh, that healing is... Sir? I hate
No,
this
you're-
idiot. You healed yourself. Alright, we have... I think there's a chieftain? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Hello, sir? I need to talk to
There
you about
he
your
is.
heart extended
Oh, you got him?
Yeah, he's not getting it. We're doomed!
Not eligible.
Look, just
Is
shot
this
me.
the one you can glitch into? That AA raid?
You can
That was
glitch
earlier
into
in the
any
game.
of them, I think it's just a weird, like, Halo 3 thing.
You die, Krista?
Yeah, I did. Oh, Jesus. Very careful. You gotta be careful.
Sorry, sorry.
I'm just gonna punch it. Or
Okay.
plant grenades.
You do the punch drops. Yeah, I'm taking this guy's shotgun. Right. Take
Where's
it.
my
Rifle.
squeezer?
Hostile anti-air has
This
been
is
neutralized.
pieces of the Wraith flying.
Hold position. I'm on
Oh
my
my
way.
god, this guy does
Ship
not
master.
want to be my
Begin
ally. Come on, stay
diversionary
still.
bombardment.
So, can you just look at the
beat the
skybox
prophet
again? Really
ship
quick?
Yes.
like a drum.
I will
What's
look
hovering
at
up
the
there? You got
Time to
Pelicans,
bury
Pelican
balls.
Banshees, okay.
Fake reverse.
Of course, we got the Milky Way up there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Smart
Jesus.
police truth can activate the ring.
I've
This
just witnessed a
is...
murder.
He does.
Is it like the Silent Cartographer on steroids? This one?
Yes, it is. It definitely is. Like,
Yeah,
lots of
100%.
steroids.
You didn't take the fuel rod, Krista, did you?
No, I have the, Blazer and, BR.
This fuel rod and give it to a Marine. Yeah.
Don't give it to the Marine. He's
Yeah.
gonna kill us. We're gonna die if you do that.
Take your weapon.
We're dead.
Get to the first tower. Shut it down.
Look,
It's
you
gonna
just
be good.
kicked him out instead. Oh, bye!
Yeah.
I'm being
The
kidnapped!
Arbiters.
You're being kidnapped?
Take this fuel
That guy
rod.
was trying to kidnap me.
No, that's a good idea.
Alright. Take down
Let's see
the...
how far we got. Oh, I forgot the Banshees come down super low.
Yeah! I wanna say hi. Well, that guy's doing a little bit of work.
Yeah?
Except he
There's-
can't aim for shit.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, we got ghosts on the ground.
Oh,
no!
Arbiter's got two bombs.
Arbiter's
Got
dead!
two bombs.
And so ended the story of the Arbiter.
Rip. He doesn't get his super Gucci gold armor now.
Yep. There's a variant. Pops up.
Alright, please don't kill us with the fuel rod. I know you want to do that.
He's doing his best.
Man, he's pumping out some shots.
Don't say that ever.
Go get that turret.
Yeah. Yeah, he
got it.
pumped out that turret. He pumped
Do
it
we
out.
have an HR department?
Yeah, it's Colin with
Oh
glasses on.
shit. Oh,
Ma'am, we're on the ground.
I'm just the last
Third
guy.
tower in sight.
oh, okay.
Good.
You're doing a good
Beats
job.
have touched down at number 2.
You can run over these like baby trees.
Can you?
Boom.
Some of them. Maybe that one. I know you can, I know some of them you can actually like run over. There.
Boom.
Die, baby trees.
Just,
You're not Earth.
just get out of Chris's
We don't
way.
care.
Marines, trees.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're on a mission. We have to kill the prophet of truth, and you know what? I will kill all the Marines.
I feel
This
this
is
is
a cool part of the mission here. It's kind of winding around, down and in.
Sucks
This is-
on legendary.
I was just about to say that. Oh,
Yeah.
Let's go. Did it go back up?
Also, when you get near the structure, like a bunch of vehicles come out of it. I think a bunch of crawlers come out.
I'll try and keep away so we can at least get the rate down in that other turret.
But it does give you that similar vibe back to Silent Cartographer where you kind of sneak in the side of that one building where the hunters are.
Oh,
Totally.
100%. Even like the intro to this level is very silent. Storming the island.
Oh, excellent.
We're the Prowlers.
Hoorah.
On Legendary,
Oh,
it's just
shit.
like, fuck me.
Ooh, yeah.
Panic. Hide over here for a bit. I've never been over here. So what is the entrance? Very interesting.
I don't think I've ever driven up here.
Me neither.
There's some grenades.
Oh my god.
Oh boy, here we go.
Not exactly what I wanted to happen, but it was beautiful. He killed the prowler while I was doing that.
That's exactly what you wanted to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Kill the prowler. Yeah. Is it the one alive? No.
Get inside that tower.
You
Take it
better
down.
not sit underneath there. That's dangerous.
Oh shit! Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
He almost got yeeted.
Man, my skill rod marine is the hero. Today, guys.
I don't know. We'll see how long he lasts.
As soon as I bubble down, I'm going in.
I know. The bubble will come down eventually.
Come on, bubble.
Die, bubble.
Alright, we're going in. Oh,
Yes.
anyone else? What's up?
So much attempted.
Oh shit!
Perimeter
I
secure.
tried to
Get
kill
inside
it.
that tower.
Alright, we gotta get into the tower.
Stick
Hey,
together. Check your corner.
don't shoot the fuel rod right now. This is dangerous.
I'll leave him here. I think we need some. I'm gonna go back to some weapons.
Well, this has been fun so far.
Yeah,
Ten out of 10.
it's definitely been a 10 out of 10 experience. Definitely.
I mean, you can't beat that intro up until now. I mean, that's pretty
It does
okay.
give you a lot of fun toys to play with, which I like off the bat.
Oh yeah.
What do I want?
Some
Oh, we got
Warthog
sponsors
fun.
here.
So we are going to push a button, and Johnson's pushing a button as well.
Yeah, so we're all planning to take
Is-
down the shields at the same time.
Isn't Arbiter supposed to be pushing a button? But he's with
Yeah,
you.
the Arbiter's technically supposed to be on the elite team, but we've stolen him from our team. So we push a button, the elites are supposed to push one, and then Sergeant Johnson's team is supposed to push one.
He whips.
Take down the shield that Truth has erected around his abode.
Right.
And then we're going to physically assault him with a giant spoiler.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I'm ready to watch the physical assault. Oh my god.
Nice. Good. I love the layout of this area too.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Yeah. Kind of walking around, good aesthetics.
We've all conveniently placed enemies in nice, fun locations.
Right. Plenty of cover spots. Little like skill jumps there.
I need some new weapons, some ammo real fast.
Stop missing.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're
There's some
right.
carbines over here.
Ooh, yes, please.
You got
Terminal.
some drones
And then
coming
of
up,
course
too.
we have a terminal, I guess.
Oh,
I think
there
I
it
missed
is.
one of them. Please, I just want the carbine. Please. Please give me the carbine. Pretty please. No, I want the carbine, please.
Krista, what are you doing?
It won't give me the carbine, it hates me. Carbine. Now give me the
He
carbine.
wants you to have the bubble shield.
Thank you.
Just waste it. I love it.
I have to!
Or what is that? Oh, it's a power.
Yeah, how was I supposed to get it otherwise? It wouldn't let me. Hello, sir. How are you today?
Hello, friend.
You look strange with a shotgun.
He looks
No
taller
offense.
than him. He shouldn't be taller than Arbiter.
No,
I guess
he
Arbiter's is
shouldn't.
hunched
Arbiter's
a bit.
kind of hunched over, but
Yeah.
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 It's in his attack mode.
I have Girl Scout cookies for you. Ah, shitty.
They're purple. They explode.
They're delicious. Try one, please.
Killed his own guy.
Here he comes. He's just taking it.
Yeah, he usually doesn't come out until all the other elites are dead.
Love how you've held on to the Spartan laser. One more shot.
I have. Yeah, I still feel it.
Chief,
We're good.
find
got
the
him?
tower
Nice.
controls
Yeah,
and
he's
shut it down.
Alright, here we go.
Hit
Just
it.
in time, baby. Fire would it be here?
Good work, Chief. That's one. The elite should be just
So
about.
that's Arbiter's
That's
team.
true.
Somehow
It's all up
Arbiter
to
hit that.
Johnson's team now.
He's in 2 places. Well, the first
Get back
Arbiter
outside,
that died
Chief. Wait
is
for
actually over
transport.
there.
Yes.
Johnson,
That's
come in.
her
Over.
story, and we're sticking to it.
For reinforcements, man. We're pinned down.
I'm on my
God,
way.
Sergeant Johnson needs
Negative.
help.
Fire's
What
too
the
heavy.
hell? I thought he was
Everyone
cool.
fall back.
That's disappointing.
Sergeant Major,
Gave him one job to do.
Johnson, can you hear me? Chief, you need to link up with the elites and proceed directly to the 3rd tower.
Yes,
Make your
ma'am.
way back to the beach.
They never show like that barrier full on, right?
No,
No,
they
Above
don't
is
give
gonna
you a
show
lot
like
of.
side view.
Oh, your man's still doing work, David.
Oh yeah.
He's down there.
Your man's still doing his job. I'm gonna
It
name
was a
him
long
Trevor.
time.
Trevor's doing his job. Trevor works for a living. He's a
Trevor
business.
for the win. Let's go, buddy. Let's keep it going.
See if he'll get in the hog with you.
We don't want you. Get out of here.
No, the other
We
one.
want Trevor.
Alright,
Where's
Trevor.
Bring us Trevor. You're not Trevor. Imposter. You found
Don't
him.
even think about it.
Did that trigger Trevor?
Trevor.
Is he still inside?
Okay, there's Trevor.
There he is!
Yes.
Come,
He's
Trevor.
coming.
Join us.
He's like, where did the corpse come from?
He was killed in action. I'm so sorry, Trevor. Please.
Come on,
Yeah, I got
come on,
shotgun.
buddy.
Border vehicle.
You can do it. You can do
Trevor,
it.
it's right there.
Yeah. You got him.
Trevor lives.
Trevor lives. Trevor's gonna kill Truth. My mom always told me never to name the AI because then you get crushed.
I know, I would be sad.
Maybe your mom should have told you that, and then you wouldn't murder
Then I
Marines.
wouldn't be a murderer. Yeah.
Alright. Yippee-ki-yay, here we go.
Okay, yeah. Classic Halo backtracking. Let's
Hey.
go.
This one's a nice combo.
Getting out. Oh, can you take Trevor on the Hornet?
I'm totally gonna
We're
try.
gonna figure it out. Trevor's coming with me. He doesn't have a
Vehicle is not designed for stun.
This
Sir, got a
was
lot of birds that need
such a
them.
nice.
Oh
Take
boy.
the Hornet, get those pelicans safely to the 3rd tower.
Alright, I'll let you take Trevor.
Okay, I also hate that the pilots jump on
for a ride.
with their little shitty pistols. I'm like, I don't want you with your crappy pistol. You're
Weird.
just for
Eh.
help. You get a pilot?
Yep.
Okay, I got Trevor.
You got him?
It's A to go
Yeah,
up.
God.
Yeah.
It's okay. When I replayed Halo 3, I could not figure out the controls for the Hornet because this is the first time you get in the Hornet in the game and it doesn't tell you the controls. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
It's very in heroic though, right? Is it
Yeah,
on
it
normal?
doesn't. Yeah, I was playing Legendary.
That is not working for me. A to go up. Here we go,
Yep,
everybody.
A to go up.
I'm off the ground. Let's do this.
Oh,
It's pretty rad.
This
yeah,
is
it's the
awesome.
best. You doubt my taste?
I don't doubt. I feel like the art.
The purist.
Yeah, let's wreck some fools. Oh man, the Banshee bombs do some insane tracking.
Yeah, they do.
Okay,
So you can actually go in the second tower, and there is a
oh,
terminal.
Oh, right.
Terminal. I
Yep.
believe there's a skull. One of these has a skull. There it is.
Yep, there it is.
So there's a terminal and there's.
is there?
This is Halo Tours.
Halo Tours, yeah. And to the right here, you can see some beautiful towers. They actually erect the shield that you see. In order to deactivate the shield, you do have to. Just a fun fact about how the Arc
That was perfect. Somebody's been to Disneyland. Or you Disney World.
Disney World, I know, I have. Or maybe it's not enough.
Damn, I'm trying to play it. Come on, Trevor, pop the shot.
Objective in sight, Commander.
Oh, yes.
Outside of Johnson on his
There's
team.
no opening
You get some
anybody.
stupid.
Understood.
You do. You get
Chief,
all the
clear an LZ, then get inside the
fights
tower.
and the vehicles and everything. Oh, Trevor killed the Banshee. He's so fucking
Good job, Trevor.
Hey, race, man.
Yeah, they're for being an AA race, their missiles don't actually go that far.
Yeah, that's true. Just keep your distance.
need to send. Wow.
You meet up with some elites down there, don't you?
Yes. I think they come in there.
Big. Well, the Phantoms are left and right of us.
Oh, there they are.
Oh, they're already there.
Yeah, they're up there. The green.
Yeah, they jumped off the Phantoms. Alright, Trevor, let's
You
go.
should introduce them to Trevor.
Get some
Trevor,
shots.
don't shoot, Trevor. They're friendly.
I'm gonna get Trevor out here where it is safe. Don't follow me, Trevor. You're pretty sweet. Murder the fuck out of you.
Stay
I
back, Trevor, for
definitely
your own good.
killed a whole bunch of elites
Nice.
there. You good?
I'm good.
Alright.
I think there are hunters.
Hunters.
Take their flanks.
Mm-hmm. That's what you're saving the shot for, huh?
Oh, I got
Get
murdered.
it?
Oh, in sight.
Yeah.
I think he stepped in front of my laser shot, but it's still good.
Nice.
That was brilliant. Easy peasy. There's the drones.
Yeah, those little... I like it when they like explode apart.
Yeah, he has like the perfect headshot.
Yeah. It's the best.
You know what would make this mission a 10 out of 10?
What?
If you had a bunch of dead Marines walking,
You do.
but were they're already dead, they're placed, like where Johnson failed.
Oh, I don't know.
You know what I
I
mean?
think technically the Marines all get into the elevator and up top can't actually. Plus, I mean, for what's about to happen next, you want his little dead body. Except everyone.
Right.
Oh!
Here's your
Fuck,
bodies.
sorry.
Oh my god!
You just killed elites?
You
Yeah, I
killed him! That's gonna be a court-martial for you.
Yeah,
Arbiter.
we'll
It was lag, man.
put that to superior officer.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Well, Arbiter might be
you're
superior
never
officer.
working in this town yet.
I just punched the drone. It was quite satisfying. I have no grenades and I really need something to kill these guys with.
Well, we'll just have to wing it.
I'll throw my body at them numerous times.
It'll be great. And then you'll just respawn with more ammo. It's perfect.
Putting that spiker to work there, Krista.
I know. It's a good weapon when you run out of the ammunition of the weapon you actually like. It's the good backup weapon.
Right.
I drop a bubble right in the middle. Avengers. There you are. Drop your flame grenade.
Flame grenade. Fire!
Flame just
I sentenced
Oh
you to
my God.
death by fire.
Yeah, light them up.
double flame. I'm dead.
Hit the switch,
Alright,
Chief, and the
things are
barrier
about
will
to
fall.
get spooky.
Here we go.
It's spooky time. Best mission.
Now, Prophet, your end has come. My Charity. By the
Oh,
gods,
man.
brace for impact.
Oh.
Yes. The lasering is not commencing.
Hi, Charity. Nowhere. Coming in.
Look at the broken glass.
Look,
I don't think that's
yeah.
supposed to be there.
Nice.
And now things are about to get
Blood, here we go. Did we fight
This is the
any
first
blood in
mission,
Halo 2?
They would
we
be
did.
the same. I'm guessing.
I'm just saying in the missions that we played, I don't think we did any Halo 2 blood.
No, I don't think we did. We
Good call.
conveniently avoided them. Alright. We gotta break up the bodies so they don't come back.
Probably following me.
Shipmaster, what's your status?
Significant damage. Weapons system disabled.
Move to a safe distance. Stay away from the flood.
Why would the parasite come here?
The Ark is out of range on all the active installations.
This is where I normally say, look at the old graphics. These are the old graphics.
First, stop Truth.
Yeah.
Then
There are no new graphics.
Yeah. Thanks for rubbing
I mean,
Fine.
it's fine.
it in. Have you seen the human's face?
No,
Sergeant Johnson.
Do not provoke me.
yeah, that's true. That's because we got spoiled by E2A.
Oh, we got
I will.
Alright. Oh, Jesus.
Krista, no!
I'm fine. Ah! I'm not as
Where's
fine
Trevor?
anymore.
You
I
gone?
got a light dusting from the flood.
I left Trevor outside, so I'm hoping he's
Oh my
inside.
god.
I think he's one of those.
No.
Trevor got all bloated. What did you have?
Oh, there he is.
There's Trevor!
That was him.
Where?
He got took over by a.
Unless he's in. Was he still in the vehicle?
Yeah, he did jump out, but I didn't think he came with us. Well, you see a fuel rod. There's a fuel rod down there, I believe. Otherwise, Trevor lives.
Trevor just abandoned the mission. He was too
He's
stupid.
in a cave somewhere on the ark.
There's
still.
Trevor! He's right here! Look
Is
at
he?
him!
Is there an
There he
emergency
is!
fuel rod?
He's there!
He made it!
He
Is
did
there?
it! Good job, Trevor!
Oh my god, this is incredible. Best moment in all the Halo. Look at you badass. With your black eye. Badass. He's definitely getting this girl's hot with Trevor. Let's go, Trevor.
The shipmaster's carrier is
Alright, I'll
out
take
of
this
position.
thing then.
I need you to take down Truth. Flood's just going to put pressure on him and accelerate his plans. Punch through the cliffs.
That's
Get
right.
inside that citadel.
In?
Hi there, Trevor.
Off to kill Truth! That fuck.
Yeah,
Reach
this-
the citadel.
This bit is pretty fucking cool, to be fair.
It's so good! Best mission. Best mission in all of Halo.
I'm gonna drive pretty slow, but I'm pretty sure Trevor will murder us.
Trevor
Wait, yeah. Stay away from that.
Watch out!
Can't believe Trevor's alive.
He's resilient.
Citadel in sight! Troops are mobilizing everything they've got.
Yes!
What's gonna be down here?
Oh man.
What?
Two scarabs!
Not yet.
Quite the playground they gave you.
I won't lie to you, man. Gauss and Kira had a solid competition. Oh! Just very happy with myself.
So what's the approach here? What's the quickest way to take these scarabs out?
Probably
you
landing
just
on
go straight
the
for the
side.
back. I don't even land on them. I
descend quite a ways.
There it is. Trevor's gotta come with
Go.
us into
I ain't going to try.
They don't stand a chance now.
Better get in, Trevor. Trevor knows what's up. Look at him.
Oh,
He's ready. He's like, yeah, I'm seeing
He
this.
didn't hesitate.
Two scarabs.
that's pretty dope to see them dropping.
Oh my. Excuse you. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's why you're crashing all the time. Shit.
Back 1v1 again. Right in the boat.
Getting pummeled by the other.
Yeah, I'm gonna come with
Oh
me.
no!
Chief's down.
Okay?
No, I'm dead. I did it for,
First scarab's down.
Trevor.
All units.
You did, you
Concentrate
said
your
right.
fire on
I
number
have to
2.
keep Trevor alive.
Dave, can you get to the respawn point for her somehow?
Perhaps.
I feel like this isn't the greatest viewer content.
It's great. I don't know what you're talking
There we go.
about.
Shit! No!
Alright.
Kill Trevor. Do you want to get inside of this or something, system? Want to drive with Trevor? Want to take Trevor?
No, I'm not. I don't want to take responsibility.
Take him for a spin.
Let's spin, Krista. Come on, let's do it.
I'm scared. Here, I'll go on the side, and if you can drop me off by my Hornet. It's just
Okay.
over on the left side.
Oh,
Right there. Yeah. Thank you, sir. I'm gonna give you 5 stars.
Go team. That Hornet's still alive? Man. Oh, jeez. Crown recognition. Nice. Trevor's
Such a
taking some
fun
big hits.
challenge to kill one of these
I love how you can just take down the character. The gun will shoot less because it's
Yeah.
better for it. Should be going
Moving
down
too
now.
much.
Yeah. Coming around from the rear. Go for it, Trevor. You get the kill shot. Kill shot, Trevor.
Good job, Trevor.
Taking shots.
It's going. Yeah.
Did it.
Both
I mean,
scarabs
really, it's
down.
just like the
well
warden
done.
fights. Or not.
This is when...
If only we had
Alright,
more
Trev.
time.
Ah, thank you.
Trev, you mind the vehicle. We'll be back later.
Give it a good polish.
Filled with gas.
We're not going to need to get out of here fast.
Shit,
Oh no!
bye.
Oh.
It's just me
Trev.
this time.
It's okay. I'll hang out with Trev.
It asked,
Or
and I
town on
answered.
moment.
For a moment of safety, I loosed damnation on the stars.
My faithful, stand firm. There are enemies crowd around
Yeah,
us.
we get a
We
cutscene.
tread the blessed path. In a moment I will light the rings, and all who believe shall be saved.
Chief, how close are
Punched
you?
him in the mouth.
Not close enough.
That the best you got? Oh, come on. Impress me.
Just talk shit to the end.
You
Love it.
imbecile! He wants you to kill him. I'd prefer that you did big shot. Can't start your own party. I admit, I need your help. But that secret dies with all.
Somewhere along the lines.
I think they just knew from like the previous games that like
They needed the humans to do
yeah,
stuff.
Covenant can't interface
Johnson,
with the
sound off.
technology. I find this like I really
Not
hate
without
this,
you.
to be honest, her death is
You
just so
delay
meaningless.
the inevitable. One of you will light the rings.
I think
You
the
cannot
story
hope
was
to
that
kill
Marty
them all.
O'Donnell actually said like someone has to die in order for this to have any meaning.
Do it.
That was for Johnson.
It wasn't for Miranda?
And you.
Now. Don't think so.
No!
Might be mine.
Your forefathers wisely set aside their compassion, steeled themselves for what needed to be
Miss you,
done.
Miranda. You were so cool.
Yeah, sad times.
See now, I left you behind. You were weak, and gods must be strong.
I love this. It's so good. Oh, it's just, this is like one of the perfect cutscenes. And then you show up on the elevator. Oh, I love it.
Now we gotta jump through those hoops to get an achievement, right?
Do
Yeah.
not shoot, but listen.
Oh, that's right.
Let me lead you safely to our foe.
This is crazy.
Only
Like just
you can halt.
them joining your side. Oh my
Has
god,
set
man.
in
5
motion.
seconds.
Yeah,
But it makes sense.
it does. But then like the obvious, like, oh no, we're like your enemy again. Is like, okay, yeah, everyone knows that's gonna happen in like 2 minutes. Still pretty cool. Man,
Let's go.
I'm killing so many blood spores.
That's good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Huh, nice.
I think like teaming up with the Flood just shows how desperate he is.
True. Come back here, you little turret.
Can you turn around and kill the flood if they turn on you?
They might.
Undoubtedly, this is the heretic's doing.
I don't know. I've definitely not the infection forms because I've killed 1 billion of them.
Yeah, I think it would be cool for you to have to not. Because they're so
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Jump with the. Got one.
Ah, shit.
Second one.
I got a headshot.
Got click clacky?
Yeah, I got click clack. Alright.
I shall retreat. Great.
I'm good. I'm back.
Back. Alright.
Yeah. I came back almost immediately, honestly.
Oh shit.
I like how the fourth ring is all melted too.
Yeah, that is really
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Great detail.
That is cool.
Krista, I is dead, so it's all on. I'm back.
Maybe we'll see if there's any details in the Zeta.
I don't think there is. I think it just shows how, if it's fully functional, and it definitely is. You just look closer and it's Halo Infinite.
Yeah,
It's just the logo. It's like, interesting. Halo Infinite coming in 2022. No!
It would be crazy if they put some kind of in-game stuff, though.
I mean, they
Just patched
definitely
it in for NCC.
Yeah. That kind of the Call of Duty reveals do all kind of weird in-game stuff. Oh shit. Nice. I shall push the buttons.
I do love how Miranda just Pelican in there,
Yeah.
but at the same time, why?
Stop the rings. Save the rest. Can you see, Arbiter? The moment of salvation.
I like how.
So did the flood get to him?
Will
Yes.
not last. Your kind never believe.
I think he starts turning like right now, doesn't
Yes, he is.
Lies for the weak. Beacons for
he? Just breathing all over Arbiter there.
Yeah,
breathing that
those
lovely
spores.
spores.
on a prophet.
He's been vaccinated.
My feet
He's good.
tread the path.
He has his
I
vaccine.
shall become a god. You will be food, nothing more. No!
I like how Master Chief casually strolls up and just presses the off button. Just so nonchalant.
And truth, the voice of the covenant. So, you must be silenced.
No prisoners.
So good.
This is sweet revenge there for Harvey, though.
They've been lying to his entire race for a long time. This Chief's like, yeah, good job.
No more prophets.
No more keys.
Lies. No more keys.
All the dead keys.
Well, the Gravevine's still around. What do you know? Don't forget Arby. Come on. Oh.
Like, there's also no way they land back right where they started. From the way it's there. Oh no. This is the iconic shot anyway.
Yeah, this is the very iconic shot.
You must abide.
Beautiful.
We trade one
Screenshot.
for another.
Click.
Click.
And it clearly saw Chief like way shorter than Arby there too.
There it goes, yeah.
Even with the Arby hunch.
Maybe they just did that for gameplay to make players even.
True. Yeah. And give you like a similar hitbox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that might have been why they did it. Now you start to get nervous.
Yep. Oh.
Grenade in there.
Better.
You got him?
I
Oh
hate
my
him.
god.
He's really
Okay.
mean. That one's
He's a tough one.
Yeah, he took a lot of shots. Shit. Watch out. You shotgun? Nice.
Yeah, one of the Marines had one. Or the dead. The flooded Marine.
Watch out, infection. Oh man, there's like a billion fucking forms coming out of that guy. Jesus.
So Halo 3, you can actually headshot blood, which is great.
Is it on their, like, twisted head on the side? Or
No,
where
it's
the head goes?
it's where the feelers are coming out, the red feelers on their chest.
Oh.
Because that's technically where the infection form is. So if you kill the infection, the spore or
I do love the infection animation. It is really
it's
cool.
really good. It was honestly one of my favorite things about Halo 3. I loved how they turned. Oh, that guy's like sword.
You get it then. Pick up the sword and go do it.
You can have it.
I am Arby and I am invincible. Oh shit, I'm not anymore.
And now I'm dead!
Sentinels on our side. That's handy.
Who's controlling the Sentinels actually?
Guilty Spark,
I'm
probably.
a thief.
Oh
I
yes.
keep what I steal.
Where did he disappear to? He kind of got us in here and that was the end of it.
Maybe they're just auto. Because
Yeah.
we know that the
Could be,
monitor's
yeah.
not active on the Oh, the best cutscene ever is about to happen.
We're gonna jump down this mysterious blue hole. Do it!
I mean, it's blue. That means good. Right?
Yep. Blue and green.
Blue good. Blue good.
Blue good.
Blue's cold, I thought. Blue.
Blue is cold.
It's very
But
good.
also good.
It's good.
What do you see?
I'm seeing things, Arby. I want to see this in a blurred cutscene. It would be fantastic.
It's gorgeous.
It's my favorite.
How big it is, too.
Yeah.
A replacement for the ring you destroyed.
When did you know?
Also it says you destroyed
Just
it.
now, but I had my hopes. What will you do?
Light it.
Light it.
Then we are agreed. A tactical post will completely eradicate the local infestation. I will personally oversee the final preparations, though it will take time to fabricate.
How will you light
All right, that one was okay. That was an okay mission. Should we talk about it, Krista?
No, we don't need to talk about it. Give it a 10. We're done. End
We,
of the episode.
Here we go. So let's do our categories. Our categories, as you know, we talk about the gameplay, level design, challenge. We've changed that one recently. So we have challenge now instead of difficulty, and then storytelling. So our 4 categories, then we'll average them out to a final score. So let's have the discussion on the gameplay standpoint. I'll throw it to David first. Talk about your gameplay experience in the Covenant.
It's a really good map, man. I really do like it. It obviously harks back to the Silent Cartographer vibes, so I'm always going to look for that. It's a cool mini kind of storm in the beach moment. You're dropping in airships, there's things crashing all over the place. You're giving cool weapons straight away. You're fighting cool enemies. The vehicles drop right afterwards. Like, how it sets up and flows at the different segments that you can even break this mission down into. Like, each one of them is so much fun. Pull them together one after the other. You have a fantastic Halo mission. I mean, they do a great job. They do the weapon drops in the middle of it. They have great cutscenes. Like, what you're doing is interesting, and the reward you get at the end is so dope. So, yeah, man, it's very well designed. Very well designed.
Chris, anything to add?
The diversity in this mission is incredible. They really give you all the different enemies. They give you all the different toys. They give you big areas, sky areas, small areas, corridors. It's so diverse of a mission. You can really... It's almost like a bunch of missions just popped together in a really innovative, interesting way.
Yeah. Yeah, you travel a long ways.
Oh yeah.
And really variety. So and you only I guess we'll talk about level design a little bit. But for this, it's the variety, the amount of enemies, the amount of weapons. I mean, it's kind of unmatched. I mean, this and the Ark. What do we give the Ark? We gave the Ark a good score on this one as well. So
Yeah.
I feel like we can't go lower than a 10 on this one, can we? Like this one has to be a 10.
Yep.
Gameplay wise, like there's so much
I was
to do.
gonna warn you when
so
we
much
did the
fun to
Ark.
have.
Like the Covenant's better than the Ark, so if you guys are giving it 9s, has to be a 10.
Well, no, we gave the Ark a 10 as well on gameplay, because that's a good mission. We talked about it a lot, last episode. So let's move on to level design. I mean, David, do you have any concern about a 10 here?
No, it's a extremely well designed Halo mission with all the components. The same thing. It kind of falls in kind of gameplay. Like they all fell into each other so nicely.
Mm-hmm.
It's really well done. It suits multiplayer. It suits the co-op really well. Can you have 4 Hornets? Do 4 Hornets
Yeah.
drop if you got 4?
If you have 4
insane.
people, you have 4 Hornets.
That's mental. But no, it's cool. It's really
good. So yeah, the Hornet stuff is great too. So let's talk about level design specifically. There's one. Is there only one spot where you go down and back? No, I guess there's a couple spots you go down and back, but it doesn't feel like, we talked about classic Halo where that you kind of go backwards in some missions. Every time you're going down and back, it doesn't really feel like you're going down and back, right? Like there's a couple points you're like, I gotta go back.
Yeah.
But there's enough variety from the encounters that it's not really that big of a deal, right?
No.
I mean, you go up and down 2 towers that are identical,
Yeah.
and they both feel
Mhm.
very different.
Yep, exactly. Different encounters, you're doing things. I mean, especially at the end when you like kind of go down with the flood and then you come back and fight the flood. Like that's pretty rad. And that's on top of just the sheer vastness of the level in general. Is, it starts out with the storming of the beach and then it winds around and like all that looks great and unique, and the skybox, it's fantastic. And the level design here is top notch. I feel like towards the end of the game they just blew it out completely. They're just like, let's just make it big
Yeah.
and diverse and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. Any other thoughts, Krista, on the level design, just to highlight? Because I feel like we're going to give this the highest score. But anything else just to mention is we're gonna go back, right? So we're comparing all these missions together. We're gonna go back. So I just want to pull out a couple of the highlights or the lowlights if there are any.
Yeah, it feels like this epic, because this mission is literally the end of the Covenant, right? The Covenant never comes back the same after this. You kill Truth, the Covenant ends. And it feels like a good send-off for the Covenant, an enemy we've been fighting from the very beginning. And it feels epic and meaningful, and you get to do a bunch of stuff, and the level is designed in such a way where it feels like you're doing this tremendous task, and things don't go right, and stuff gets weird, and then the floods show up, but you're still able to get there in the end. And I think it's just really cool. It's so cool.
I think we talked about this on the original mission debrief, but we'll just bring it up again. Do you feel it was a missed opportunity to kill Truth yourself as a player?
I honestly like that. The San Shiham are so weak that it's not really a boss battle. You have the regret.
Yeah.
You have the regret level in Halo 2.
That's ridiculous.
It's almost a joke, right? Like, fighting regret is almost a joke, and everybody makes fun of it. Oh, I'm gonna kill the old man in the wheelchair, stuff like that.
It has
that encounter, the counter back to regret is like, it's tough because you have all the honor guards around, and you're like battling them, and then he's floating around. But the actual act of punching him in the neck is a little weird.
It's silly. I think this was the best send off. Also because the Covenant isn't as strong. They don't have the honor guards anymore. It's very fractured now. They lost High Charity. The elites aren't in power anymore. Truth is pretty much he has a guard, but it's like almost a half of what he really should have, and that's kind of highlighted when you go up there. But I also think it was a good send off for Truth because Arbiter did it, and you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that if you didn't have, you as Master Chief. It wouldn't have been as impactful because just the history behind it and everything that's gone on in Halo 2 and everything that's gone on in
Yeah.
the books and stuff like that. There's some weight to this death, and that's why Arbiter had to do it.
Yeah, let's touch on that a little more on the storytelling side of things. Definitely, because like the impact and what that moment means is huge. David, do you feel like you wanted to shoot Truth?
No.
Or stab Truth?
Not really. I mean, I guess it is. Yeah, you're right. It is significant for me chasing you for so many games, but like after the Riverette fight, like I didn't really want to do that again, and they put like all the reason why that is like, okay, it's the chair has a shield, it's got guns and lasers, whatever. Like Truth's not in his chair; he's wobbling around on the ground, like
he's already dead.
Yeah, in that situation, it's like, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? I didn't really feel the need to do that. I mean, you're going there to stop the rings. The Samniums aren't going to be interesting to fight.
This is also like a man's desperate attempt to hold on to power at this point. Truth is a very sad character at this point, desperately trying to hold on to all of the lies that he spun to get to where he is now. And even though he knows the rings are going to kill everyone, he still goes through with it.
Yeah. Okay, so a couple topics are kind of packed into that conversation, but as we're bringing it back to level design, it's as good or better than the Ark, right?
Yes.
I mean, so
honestly, I think there's a lot more diversity in this than there is in the Ark. Ark has a lot of diversity, but this is just more of it.
I mean, it had Trevor.
It had Trevor, and it had two Scarabs. I repeat,
champ.
2 Scarabs.
All right, so I'm gonna push 1 and 0, and that equals 10.
Oh wow!
On level design. Okay, challenge. This may be some wiggle room in challenge. What do we feel? How do we feel about that? From what you were doing, where you landed throughout the mission, was it hard enough? There were deaths that happened. Was that a good thing? Was that a bad thing? Krista, how do you feel? Like from the challenge standpoint, any highlights? Anything to mention?
So I have played this level, obviously, Legendary Solo, and it's still so much fun. It's
even
frustrating.
On Legendary Solo.
Yeah, it's frustrating. There's definitely points where you're gonna get stuck up on, but it's still it's still very enjoyable. It's not like Cortana where it's just like you want to die the entire time. Right. It still feels good. The level still feels good. So maybe it's
fair is kind of what it is. Like, it's challenging, but fair even on Legendary?
It's challenging at the appropriate parts. So, like, when you're storming the first tower, right when you get to the base of the tower, that part's really hard. Once you get
Which makes sense.
Yeah. Once you get up in the tower, it's not as bad. The sky stuff can be hard, but if you know how to work a Hornet, it's not bad. The second tower is difficult, just because when the floods show up and stuff like that. You can really run out of it, though, if you really want to. And then when you're storming, it's not as bad because you're in a tank or something like that. So if you just keep back, you'll be fine. The Scarabs can be a challenge. They're definitely a challenge. And then getting to
was the tank part in the Ark better than this tank part? Can those be compared?
I think the tank part is better than the Ark. Than the tank part.
Is it just because you're in it longer?
Maybe? Yeah,
it is longer. You've got more to do. I mean, you're kind of just taking this tank down a very narrow path. Is kind of all you're kind of really doing, and it's pretty mundane, but obviously it gets you to the next section, which is good. So
it's almost to just have the tank in the level, right? It's almost like, yes, we also need the tank in the level because this is the level. We need to have the tank in the level.
Yeah.
It's still fun, though.
Yeah.
You can kill the Scarabs with the tank if you really want to, as well.
That's what I'm going to say. Like, I think they could have done is actually opened out that area at the top and let you drive down past the Hornets and just use your vehicles. Like, use that convoy to take on 2 Scarabs. Like, that would have been really cool.
I've done it where one person is on the tank, on the ground, and the other person's in the Hornet, and it's really cool. And that's probably the best use for the tank in that mission is for one person to use it all the way through to the end of that. Which I think there is a ramp all the way over to the left that lets you go down.
Is there?
Or there's a couple mountains that you can kind of scale. Obviously, like, the Hornet part is really cool because you've never fought a Scarab with a Hornet. So they wanted to highlight that. But you can also kill the Scarab. Obviously, we didn't do it, but that is an option.
Well, and that brings up a good point as we talk about challenge, because that encounter specifically can be as challenging as you want. Like, there's lots of ways to attack it. If you want to do something just because you want to kill it with the tank or the Scarabs of the tank, you can. It's very difficult, most likely.
And you can
but
also
it's also
do it
possible.
You can do it the old-fashioned way, where one player, two players get on one Hornet, one player drops off the player onto the first Scarab, and then they take out the second Scarab while the first player takes out the other Scarab.
Right, yeah.
So if you want that where you get to be in the Scarab and just go in and do what you normally do, you can do that as well.
Were there any major frustration points that could be a knock against this one?
The first kind of area that we called out, the first bottom of the first tower, that can be really shitty.
It can be,
sometimes you can just
there's
get
a lot of
into
enemies
there.
And then a lot of vehicles that come out.
It is supposed to be hard because you're coming to this tower originally and it's fully guarded, while the second tower, a team's already been through and taken out some people, so that's why I think the first tower is so much harder than the second. But it is very different. It gets frustrating. There's a lot to deal with in that one area.
Well, so let's talk about a score here. So I feel like gameplay and level design were kind of easier because we ranked the Ark so high, and I feel like we had to rank this one high. Do we have to give this one a 10? Or does it deserve a 10 from a challenge standpoint? Chris, I want to hear your thoughts on this specifically.
I'm going to say 10 because I love this mission. Because I think the difficulty is appropriate for the tasks that you are doing within this mission. I think it's appropriately difficult where it needs to be difficult because it makes sense in the context of what's happening. Like I said, there's one prophet left. The entire Covenant is there, or whatever is left of the Covenant is there trying to defend him.
Right.
That's a good point.
Anything to add, David?
No, I don't think so. I can't think of anything else to rebut that, really, essentially, or to try and take a mark off it. It is what it is.
So we give this one a 10, huh?
9.5. What's that, Matt? 9?
9.5.
We can always go back and adjust the scores, right, Colin?
We can.
You say that every single
I know,
time.
I do. I missed Matt on this one because I feel like he might have had some good points here. But, yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue against. Challenge.
I've been planning this argument for weeks.
Appropriately challenging. There were some tough spots. Give it a 10. Let's do it. Is this the perfect Halo mission, Krista?
I've thought that for years. I really have.
Well, let's talk about it. So, storytelling.
How do you not give this a 10 for storytelling? Give me some reasons.
Miranda died. She should not have. That takes off a point, Krista.
Does it though?
Yeah.
What would Miranda be doing in this context today? All of the Halo 3 characters, all the major Halo 3 characters do die at the end of this, and then it opens the Halo universe for all these new characters
Arbiter.
we get later.
Yeah, because Bungie was like, fuck you, Microsoft. Kill everybody.
Yeah, it is.
But, yeah, I mean, the story in this is probably some of the best in terms of, you're getting in-game cutscenes. What you're doing in the game is significant, and it feels like it. There's good shit. I mean, Miranda dying sucks. But other than that,
it gives weight to the mission, though. It really does. Miranda and Sergeant Johnson's death do give weight to this game.
Well, Johnson, he survives this one. But, she so she's the captain of the ship. What is she doing in the Pelican? Does she think maybe she doesn't know where Chief is, and she thinks, okay, this is the last chance to kill Truth?
No, Sergeant Johnson was already there. He was about to light the rings. Truth had him captive. She jumps on a Pelican, crashes through the window to save him and stop the rings from firing.
So she stopped the ring firing, is what you're saying.
jumps in solo, doesn't take any ODSTs.
So we don't know the context of what was actually happening. I don't know if she just happened to be piloting a Pelican by herself at that time,
or she was dropped him off or something.
But you would think that humanity would have already had a majority of their forces on the ground at this point.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. So maybe she came from.
She probably came. She was probably commanding up top in the ship. Mm-hmm. Saw what was happening, knew that, because Master Chief said he's not close enough. You know, she's going he's going up in the tower. She sees he has Sergeant Johnson, and Chief's like, I'm not there right now.
Yeah, they set that up with some dialogue from her, don't they? A little discourse back and forth.
Maybe.
So she jumps on a Pelican, tries to save him, dies in the process, very heroically as well.
Very heroically, yeah. We all love Miranda. Okay.
Also, like, this mission, like, gives you a new concept. Like, at this point, we don't know the Ark makes Halos. And just at the end of this mission, after you kill Truth, ta-da! You figure out what the Ark does.
That is true. As a new player, you're like, oh, wait a minute, holy cow. Yeah, that's a huge moment.
You've been hearing about the Ark since Halo 2, and now, the third to last mission, you finally understand what the Ark actually does.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, the name kind of implied what it was supposed to be for, especially when they found out, like, it's outside the galactic range of the rings, so, like, it's called the Ark, so obviously this is where Forerunners were supposed to go and, like, live when they set off the rings. So it kind of makes sense from that context. So, yeah, the reveal that it also makes rings is like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You think you have the purpose of it figured out, and then they give you that, and it does look it is pretty cool.
Also, like, High Charity shows up halfway through this mission, and it's not the biggest thing to happen in this mission. Like, like, the Gravemind shows up, and it's not the major part of this mission.
Yeah, that's right. So how did the Gravemind get there?
The Gravemind was
High Charity?
The Gravemind was on High Charity. That one ship with Cortana on it was sent to kind of scout what was going on with humanity and the Covenant on Earth. Mm-hmm. And then I believe he actually drove High Charity into the portal.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think
Earth.
That came up somewhere else, some other content where they described that. It shows up in Earth and just blasts through everybody and goes straight into the portal and goes.
Yeah, I think they just saw a blip too. I don't think they actually knew exactly what was going on because there was so much chaos because there was flood on Earth at that point. So they were able to use the flood on Earth as a distraction to get High Charity through the portal and to show up. It was only like 10 hours or something like that after the portal opened or something like that. It was just a couple of hours afterwards so that all of this happened on the Ark and then they just happened to show up. Because it's a 2-week lead time once you go through the portal.
And so the conversation that Gravemind had with Arbiter and Chief in Halo 2, that was on High Charity, and he's just stationed there.
Yeah,
like he grew.
He's been on High Charity this whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of a reason why not to give this a 10. Really, I mean,
because Miranda dies. That's why.
I mean, Miranda, it does add some weight to it, and I think it's a little unnecessary. But she's trying to, like, she's heroically coming in and trying a little recklessly, right? But I mean, Miranda's a little reckless. I think that's fairly on.
I mean, she thinks the universe is about to end. I think that warrants a little recklessness.
She should have killed Johnson and shot herself like the real hero Johnson wanted her to be.
I know, but that's such a good moment though when Johnson says, "Shoot me, and then I'll shoot myself," or "We shoot each other," and then she hesitates.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, it's happening. David, last chance.
9.5.
We don't do the 0.5s.
We don't do 0.5s in the.
It's either perfect or it's not, David.
No, I'd only be giving it a 9 to be petty. So yeah, it's fine.
So if there was one mission that you felt that a non-Halo player should play, it has to be this mission. I mean, we're saying it's the perfect mission.
I'm not sure if a non-Halo player, but I think if me and the boys were going to play one mission of Halo, to end a night full of drinking and partying, this is the mission you play.
Yeah.
You don't play any other mission. You don't think of playing any other mission. You're like, let's play Halo 3, The Covenant. We've had a great night. Let's go. Because it's so hype.
Right.
Or you do the Ark and the Covenant back to back. But this is the block. This is like the Halo block.
Yep. Yeah. All right. I can average this one out in my head.
Ooh.
10 gameplay, 10 level design, 10 challenge, 10 storytelling, final score 9.5.
Oh shit. What happened?
9.5.
10 perfect mission from Covenant. Yeah, it's good. I enjoyed watching. I'm sure you guys enjoyed playing it.
Always.
For sure.
Always. I love this mission.
All right, that'll do it for a 20 for 20 coverage of the Covenant from Halo 3. On the next episode, we'll be covering Halo from Halo 3.
What?
One of those Halo missions.
We already did.
Don't forget to post. We did. Don't forget to post a comment, like the video, or subscribe. You can also support the show by visiting Podcast Evolved on Patreon. Until next time, evolve.
Evolve.
Evolve.